in today's video, what we're actually going to talk about is how to fix your current receiver so that way you don't have to go out and buy a new one and replace it. What's up, guys? So we made a video a while back regarding console flickering and console powering on and off. A lot of times people will notice that their settings up here will intermittently flicker when they're on their treadmill, and that is due to a bad safety key or receiver inside the console. So in that video, we talk about how to uninstall the receiver if it's bad and install a new one. And we also go over several reasons as to why your receiver is not making proper connection with your safety key. So if you want to see that video, we'll put it in the corner up above. But in today's video, what we're actually going to talk about is how to fix your current receiver so that way you don't have to go out and buy a new one and replace it. So inside your receiver are two metal copper pieces, and that is what actually connects to your safety key. And if you bend those pieces, it'll properly make the connection and then thus fix your flickering problems. So we're going to show you how to do that in this video. I briefly, before getting into that, want to mention some of the things I mentioned in the other video of why those connections aren't being properly made. And that is due to dust, debris, hair, even sweat getting into the receiver when the safety key's out. And so the receiver either gets damaged or the receiver, like I said, can't make proper connection with the safety key due to those things. Another reason is that your safety key is thinned out. There's a metal piece inside your safety key right here. That's what touches the metal copper pieces in your receiver, making the connection. And this, when you're constantly taking this out, putting it back in your treadmill, this metal piece thins out. And so as you're running on the treadmill, since it's thinned out, it's not making the proper connection, it's constantly touching the metal copper pieces, not touching it, not touching it. And as you can tell, that would cause the flickering problems. So if you have a bad safety key, you want to buy a new one. If you have a bad receiver, you want to buy a new one. But if you want to salvage that receiver, and let's say there's no corrosion in there and the metal is just bent out of shape, you can save yourself money by just rebending those metal pieces. And I think what happens is that those metal pieces inside the receiver get bent out of shape because as you're putting the safety key in, out, it's kind of like shaping it over time, you know, over like years of doing that. So that's probably what causes that. But now let's show you how to fix that receiver. Okay, so the receiver is located behind the safety key inside the console. So you want to get behind your console and remove it from the frame. And everyone's console is going to be a little different. The screws I'm going to take apart are here, 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 and maybe a couple more. But nonetheless, the receiver should be located right down here. Okay, once you got your console off, you want to be careful because there are wires that could be still connected to the frame. And if you just let this drop, it's going to pull on those wires, tug them, and possibly damage them and even bring damage to the board. So just be careful when you get your console off. All right, got the console off and disconnected any wiring, connecting it still to the frame or the shroud right here. And if I would have let that fall, it would have tugged on this fan and damaged it. So again, please be careful when you're removing your console. And your receiver is right here, and it's bolted in by two screws, and it's connected into the board right here. So we just want to disconnect this, take out these two screws, which I already pre-loosened. So take that out, and then take this out, and then simply remove it. There's the little metal safety key piece that inserts into there. And on your receiver, you're gonna see little clips. So here are the clips. You can see two of them right here. And there's another one, I believe, right, hopefully I can show you, right there. So you can just get like a flathead screwdriver and unclip those, and we're gonna open this real quick. So this is what it looks like inside, and of course you wanna be careful when you open it not to break these little clips right here. They're very sensitive. I actually used my nails And so right here, I'll flip this around. This is where the actual safety key inserts. You can see the metal pieces right there that you want to bend. So all you got to do is just pop those out, really easy. Once you got those out, you want to flip it around, and right here, let me see if I can focus the camera, is where you want to bend the copper pieces. So you want to bend these down a little bit. You can see I already kind of bent them down so they're like pinching. And when you insert the safety key in your treadmill, it'll always be touching this metal piece after you bend it. So that's all you got to do. After you do that, you just want to put them back into the receiver plastic, and that's pretty easy. They kind of sit right in there. Bam. And then this one. Make sure the wires are properly seated out. They kind of like lay in a little slot right here, so you want to make sure that they're laying there, so that way the wire doesn't get pinched. And then the back goes on pretty easy as well. Just kind of like snap it in place. And there you go. So that's all you really got to do. Then just reinstall this back into the console, and once you do that, everything should be fixed and you should have no more flickering. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.